What's up, YouTube? XV1 here, and I'm back with another video. Alright, guys, I just got done watching TNA's Impact Slammiversary pay-per-view. I'm going to give you guys my review on the pay-per-view and what I think of it. Alright, so starting off with that first slide, you had Johnny Impact versus Phoenix versus Ishimori versus P. Williams. I have to say this was one of the best opening that TNA has done in a pay-per-view for a while. Going into this match, it had everything you wanted. It had high flyer, it had the speed, it had the moves. I mean, everything in this match was just done perfectly, man. I really did love this match a lot, man. How the match went out, you know, you had guys like Ishimori hit the 450 splash. You had P.D. Williams hit the Canadian Destroyer. You had Pentagon. I mean, not Pentagon. You had Phoenix at his special, and he had Johnny Impact at his special. As you guys can see, he had his hand rated up because he won. You know what I mean? I think that was a good decision to have Johnny Impact win the match. You know, so they can have him move forward, see what they can do next with him. But like I said, that was one of the best opening to a pay-per-view that TNA has done in a long time. And I said salute to them because that shit was really good. Alright, so we move on to the next slide of the pay-per-view. It was Tessa Blanchard versus Allie. Like I said, I really did expect it more from this match. Like I said, I expected more for Tessa Blanchard since she's part of the Blanchard family. Like I said, really nothing really stand out in this match at all. You know what I mean? But as you guys can see, Tessa Blanchard beat it. She beat it Allie. As we all know, that Tessa Blanchard has signed a full contract with TNA Impact, so there's more for her to come later on in her future. But we move on to the next slide of the match. It was Eddie Edwards versus Tommy Dreamer, Hardcore. Now, I like this match as well. You know, like the thing, it was a hardcore match. You got what you wanted in the match. Hardcore blood. You got the chair. You know, you got the trash can. You know, etc., etc. In this match, though, Tommy Dreamer took a staple gun and he stapled Eddie Edwards, causing him to bleed. Man, that shit was crazy. I expected Tommy Dreamer to bleed in the match, but it was Eddie Edwards that bleed in the match as well. My only disappointment in this match was that they had the table in the match and he had Tommy Dreamer was put the gasoline. I thought he was gonna get ready to light the table on fire, just to remind us of our old days in ECW. But Eddie Edwards hit this finisher, the Boston Tea Party on Tommy Dreamer, and he beat it Tommy Dreamer. And at the end of the match, Tommy Dreamer handed over Eddie Edwards the candlestick, as you can see, which was to pass the torch. So that may have been Tommy Dreamer's last match in the ring, which was a fucking good match as well. Alright, guys, so we move on to the next match of the night. It was Brian Cage versus Matt Sydal for the X Division champion. My only thing I had to say about this match was that I didn't expect it to go the way it was. I thought the match was just going to be boring. I thought it was just going to be Brian Cage was just going to overpower Matt Sydal, but the match was actually pretty damn good. You know, Brian Cage, for a big guy, was actually moving like a cruiserweight. He was doing things that big guys weren't doing, you know what I mean? How he won the belt was that Matt Sydal made a mistake when he was trying to go for the shooter star press. He made a mistake. Brian Cage hit his finisher, and as you can see, Brian Cage is a new X Division champion, which I think there is no limit to that belt now. So we'll see what more they'll have for that. So we move on to the next match of the night. It was Su Yung defend her knockout championship against Madison Rayne. Like I said, I really wasn't really too fond of this match because, like I said, Madison Rayne had to do a lot of carrying in the match. You guys could tell, you know, because Su Yung was doing as little, you know what I mean? She wasn't like into the match as well. So how the match went out, Su Yung hit the death grip on Madison Rayne, and basically she suffocated Madison Rayne, where Madison Rayne passed out. Su Yung retained the Knockouts champion. Then she took Madison Rayne and she put her in the caster, and as you guys can see in the slide right there. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night. It was LAX versus the OGG 5150 street fight. This match was pretty damn good. I loved this match. It was a really good fucking match, man. Like I said, you have guys going through the table, you had the chairs going around, you had the trash can, you know, you had the ladders. The thing that I like about this and that what's going on in the match was one of the LAX members. He was trying to go after Hernandez. Hernandez did the shoulder tackle. He went outside the ring. Then Homicide he did a front flip right into one of the LAX members into the table. That shit was fucking sick. Then Hernandez took one of the LAX members and he did the border toss to him and he went right through the table. That was fucking crazy, man. That was fucking crazy. That match was fucking crazy, man. But you guys can see though, LAX, they did their finisher. They had Homicide, and the LAX did the finisher, and then they retained the belt. But at the end of the match, though, you guys can see in the slide that they're celebrating. The OGGs attacked LAX, and then they attacked Conan. You know, they attacked Conan. They had a sock, and they hit Conan in the back, and then they took the tag team belts, and they sprayed tag OGZ. Now, that reminded me of the old day back in WCW when the NWO tagged the World Heavyweight Championship, NWO. That shit remind me of the old day when they did that, and that was pretty nice though. That was pretty nice. Alright, so we move on to the next match of the night. The other match of the night, and it was Pentagon Jr. versus Sami Callihan match. It was hair versus mask match. This match was pretty good as well. It was a pretty good match. A lot of action going on in the match. You know, you had Sami Callihan, you know, doing a lot of his little crazy shenanigans, and you have Pentagon Jr. doing all his crazy shit. But the thing that stand out to the match that I liked though, when they took both of the needles and they both just started stabbing each other in the head, both of them just started bleeding, bleeding all over the place, and then that shit was just fucking crazy. Then Pentagon Jr. Basically what he did as well as they had the chairs lined up, and he did his the Death by Finisher. Boom, fucking Sami Callihan went right through the table. It's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. But then the crazy part was that Sami Callihan kicked out. He kicked out, and then Sami Callihan, you know, Pentagon Jr. was just started just super kicking Sami Callihan, started super kicking him, started cooking, and he said, and then I said, okay, that's all you got, that's all you got. And then he just gave him the middle finger. Then he super kicked him again. Then he hit the Death Valley drop again, and he beat Sami Callihan. And Sami Callihan was running after the match was over because he didn't want to get his hair cut. But then Pentagon's cousin came out, helped him. Then he held him down and he shaved his head bald. And then that, like I said, that match was fucking crazy. A lot of blood in that match. A lot of blood, man. That shit was crazy. All right, so we move on to the last match of the night. It was Austin Aries versus Moose for the Impact Championship. This match was it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I had to say though that Austin Aries did a lot of carrying in this match, and the reason why he did a lot of carrying in this match because Moose can't really wrestle. You know, since the guy only been in the company only for 5 years, you know what I mean. He's not really all that great. But Moose is getting a little better, but right now he's just not that great. and Austin Aries did a lot of carrying in the match. And I'm glad that TNA went with the right decision to have Austin Aries retain the belt, because we all know when it comes to Bound for Glory, Moose is gonna win the the TNA champion. That is a guaranteed must. But I have to say this from the bottom of my heart though, Slammiversary was a lot better than Extreme Rules. That is a guaranteed 100% fact, man. This pay-per-view was a lot better than fucking Extreme Rules, man. And just to give you my rating, I give it an 8 out of 10. That is my rating on the pay-per-view. You guys tell me what you think. Have yourself a good night. Be safe. God bless you all.